morning, everybody. It is Sunday, June 22nd, 5:22 a.m. Just heading in to start getting ready for the car show. Luckily, the roads are drying up. When I got up in the middle of the night, I heard some pretty heavy rain, so I think that came and gone. It's a little overcast, but broken up from the kind of the south, so that's a good sign. So it looks like we could possibly have the perfect car show day, not blazing hot, but not soaking wet like last year. Just gonna rip in and start getting things lined up. Got this Bronco hooked up to the truck. Got a tow truck showing up around 5:45 to load up the Cougar and get that up on the stairs. I gotta still decide how I'm setting everything up at the show kind of as we go. So hopefully get the Cougar out of the way right away so I can focus on what we need to do on our side. So anyway, we will see you when we see you.
We rose, now the city knows. Lights on us, fall can't be but a soul. Fast life, no lows, highs we chose. Now we can't let them know, let them know. We don't stop now, we don't fold. For a night, yeah, we don't go. Into the sky, let them know. We run the what, we run the show. I feel alive right now, it's mine, it's time to let it shine. No more disguise, I paid the price, I'm going overdrive. Fire in my eyes, I cut my ties, no time to compromise. Feel my desires, I'm just molding into my design. I like getting to it, then I like dipping off. I don't overwork, if the pay don't talk. I see bridges burn, I see winners fall. I've been up and down like some seesaw. From the ground we rose, now the city knows. Lights on us, fall can't be but a soul. Fast life, no lows, highs we chose. Now we can't let them know, let them know. We don't stop now, we don't fold. For a night, yeah, we don't go. Into the sky, let them know. We run the what, we run the show. And it could hee-haw, giddy up, need a couple million bucks. Need another house or home, slow things down, but speeding up. Half a decade in a rush, never felt I was enough. Had the view outside the box, mountaintops. If they doubt, then let them doubt. Watch me go and prove 'em wrong. Chose to go and beat the odds. Since day one, I set the tone. Me, I could've been a stat. Teenage dad, really though. In the ring like Mike and Manny. Round for round, let them know. I ain't falling behind, I'm just moving with grace. Took the long way home, now I value the pace. Marathon type of race, like a stallion out the gates. No Kentucky Derby, them horses churning when I drop the clutch escape. In my own lane with no brakes. Married man, I don't date. Need one woman, a real one. Got one standing right in my rank. If I'm a sergeant and she a sergeant, we right side by side in that tank. Been through the battles, wars, battles, wars. Still steady, strongness on we. From the ground we rose, now the city knows. Lights on, still can't be bought a soul. Fast life, no lows. House we chose, now we can't live.
I got 6 inches. We might need to jackknife the trailer. Oh, that moved a lot easier than I expected. We're good. Whoa, whoa. Okay, hold up. Hold up. We need to hook on the other side, I think. All right. Well, it was another very successful car show. Yeah, everything went well. It is now 10 after 7. Took a few of the staff that could make it out for a quick bite to eat after the after moving everything back to the shop. So I just wanted to thank everybody that helped out, and it was a great event. Already looking forward to next year and new ideas as always. This year went really well with our bit of a trade show idea. All our signage, everything was pretty cool. So yeah, I did a bunch of drone footage today, but that's about it. I think we did a little bit of footage setting up and leaving the shop. I wasn't the only one with the cameras, so I'm not sure what all we got. But right back at her tomorrow, Monday morning. We have limited staff and the detail shop has lots to do, and we made an utter mess of everything. We'll be getting up early, heading into work and moving vehicles and moving trailers and trying to get our shirt bins back in the shops they need to be in. So, and then I got to start planning a trip to the island. I need to go pick up a Toyota Land Cruiser that's been modified that needs to be finished. So we'll be making a trip to the island together. So yeah, so you'll be along for that ride. And then we're into the long weekend after that for Canada Day. So this June is flowing by. So I'm gonna get home, try and get some rest, get some liquids in me, and get some sleep. So we will see you tomorrow. Okay, just moved a few cars around. Just unloaded the shirt boxes, or not boxes, but the shirt display rack and parts display rack back at automotive shop. Now heading down to detail to get the rest of the inventory and their shirt rack back in their office. And then I'll be hauling the crushed Explorer to the farm. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Talk to you soon. Been a long day moving cars myself, just getting some stuff organized. Tomorrow we still got a few more things to move. Ashley's got the 77 Camaro fixed up. Transmission was leaking, so we fixed that and replaced the battery. We did an oil change on the 2010 Bumblebee and fixed some flat tires on the Volkswagen Bumblebee. So got that all taken care of, so tomorrow we can deliver the stacker trailer with the 2 Bumblebees and we'll drive one. Optimus will go home as well, and then one of the Jeeps needs some transmission work, so we're going to keep that one and do some transmission work. Working on the Predator It's had a starting issue for a while. JF and his guys were, I think, dealing with the starter a little bit before they took it to Arizona, and they got it working. But it sounded like it was on its last legs the last little while, so we pulled it apart, and it looks like the starter is kind of hammered out. There was like an engine plate between the engine and transmission bell housing that it looks like they cut out in the car. So I'm thinking maybe original assembly, the starter was spaced back 1/8 of an inch too far, and it was only engaging that 1/8 of an inch less into the flywheel, because right now I've measured it and it would get full engagement if the Bendix comes out all the way, but they usually don't come out all the way. They'll come out half, 3/4 of the way. So I can see when they had that plate in there that it was probably loading just the tips of the gears on the starter drive. Yeah, anyway, we have a new starter ordered up for it. Should be here in a couple days, and then hopefully that can go home. So didn't do a ton of filming, as it's tough to film when I'm in and out of all different vehicles all day. Tomorrow again will be busy, and I need to plan the trip to the island. I was trying to plan some fishing with it, but I don't think it's going to work out. So I'm just going to search some campgrounds around where the customer is. I think he said he's in Victoria. Do a trip over, load up, spend the night at a campground, and then come back the next day. I think that's my plan, or maybe I'll head over and see if I can put the trailer wherever he is and then go camp for a night and then come back the next day and load up, or something like that. We'll figure it out here shortly and get that all dealt with, and then get back, and then into the long weekend, and we have plans for a bit of a holiday at our campground. So we'll be heading to there to do that and do some fishing. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Beautiful Tuesday morning. We are June 24th. Keeping right into summer now. So when I get in this morning, gonna have a quick shop meeting with Leah and Mark, probably around 10 o'clock. We'll move the last of the movie related vehicles to the farm, other than the one Jeep that we're going to be pulling the transmission out of, fixing the hydraulics and fifth gear and bearing noise. And I think that's it. Other than the movie related cars, we have the Predator in there, the 67 Cougar Fastback, some suspension noises, which was just a bunch of loose bolts because the car is fully bodyworked and painted from top to bottom, front to back, and everywhere the suspension bolts are, the washers are slowly pushing through the paint and primer and whatnot and finding their way to steel. So unfortunately it doesn't look as pretty anymore, but kind of what happens when you take a show car and turn it into a driver. Something we'll have to look at. I don't know if he'll want us to remove the rear diff and repaint maybe around some washers or something to make it still look good but be functional. But we've tightened it up, so it shouldn't be clunking anymore. I've got a new starter on order, so that'll be here in a couple days. So Predator's gonna hang out on the hoist for a couple days, probably till early next week, because I also have to get a hold of the customer in Victoria and plan when I'm gonna be there to pick the Land Cruiser up that we're grabbing to get that back. And also we have a customer, I think in Williams Lake, with a C10 he wants to do an LS swap on. So I have to complete the estimate on that. I found a couple of used LSs here locally, so that part's easy. It's just all the swap parts that we need to price out. Fortunately, we've done enough of them that we can look back at previous work orders, start a new work order, and just get current pricing on availability on parts, and should be able to get them a fairly accurate estimate on doing that swap. Anyway, you can head to the shop and get this day rolling. I'll try and do some filming today, but we'll see what happens. Just down at the hot rod shop. There's a noise in here right now, but that's fine. Yesterday afternoon, the new system came for the 51 Ford, and Carrick installed that ECU. And surprise, surprise, still no fuel pump driver. He got on the phone with Holly right away and talked with a different guy than last week. And he said, grab the new handheld computer with SD card and match that up to this computer or ECU, install the new firmware, because he got a memo last week about a problem with these and needing the latest firmware to fix them. So the unfortunate part about that is not that it's fixed, of course, now that with the new firmware, but the unfortunate part is when you get this stuff, you know, all the harnesses, everything has a sticker on it saying tested, tested, tested. You think everything is like ready to go. Unfortunately, how is it tested if you haven't put the newest firmware into that ECU? So tested how? Like you've done continuity tests between everything? I don't know. But what happens is, as mechanics, we all think that what did we do wrong? We always think that it has to be us, not the part. Right? And even customers think like, this shop sucks. What are they doing? Had my car for weeks. You know, why did you install this part? It's not good. Well, you know, you install 100 of them, they're okay, and then all of a sudden something changes at the supplier or the manufacturer and things don't go the way they've gone the last 100 times. Well, that's where we are now. I'm probably somewhere between 30 to 50 hours of lost time and revenue on this job because of Holley. Because of whatever firmware changes they did, whatever they have done to create this issue. So it's just super frustrating that there's no recourse on them for that. They'll just send you another part, they'll just tell you to buy another part, update the firmware, do whatever. But how does one have a profitable business when you're paying your guys a large salary to work on cars for free, to try and figure out Holley's problems? We've done that with snipers, and then now we go to what is supposed to be a proven system, no computer mounted on the throttle body, no engine RFI issues, none of this crap. It's more money, so why go that route when the snipers were supposed to be good? Well, now we've gone this route and I'm already bitten on the first one. So like, is the stealth a problem too? Is everything from Holley a problem? You know, unless it's an intake manifold that literally just flows air. I don't know what to do anymore. It's super frustrating, but anyway, I think we're on a better path of it being fixed. You know, firmware is something obviously we don't deal with ourselves. We just put in what they tell us to put in, right? So anyway, we're on the path of it working. We have fuel now, and so Carrick has just got to put in the file for that engine and firing order and all the other stuff, and it should fire up. We had it running with the last ECU by jumping the fuel pump relay with that right when he writes the computer to what the engine is. We shouldn't have any issues, and we can get to finishing the install and getting some hours on the engine and making sure everything's okay. So anyway, enough of the Holley rant. I'm really frustrated with them as always. So let's carry on in the shop here and see what's going on. The 40 Ford has the hood painted over in the body shop. Let's head over there. He painted it yesterday, and of course it's a wet sanded and polished car. So he has sanded the hood, getting ready for more clear. So that'll be ready to put on the car fairly soon. Of course he has to do that, and then has to do the pinstripe, because the car does have a red pinstripe on it. So he'll have to do that pinstripe. So hopefully later today he'll have the hood complete and we can put it back on the car. And as I showed before, this is all fixed. They were on top before, so shouldn't have issues there. Over in upholstery, back half of the Buick is pretty much complete. Lyle is working on the jump seats. Everybody's on coffee right now. They start at 6, so they do a 9 o'clock coffee. But he's cutting out his patterns this morning to get the seats, the little jump seats going. So you'll have pretty much the rear of the upholstery done, side of the door panels here shortly. And then I think he'll work his way to the front. I know we were waiting for carpet. I think it might have shown up, but I haven't seen it myself yet. So when I do see it, I will show you. Just waiting to get Corbin back on that. This morning he was working on the 57. We've cleaned off all the motor mounts. The motor mounts need to move ahead, and we're going to do a cover for the firewall where the owners kind of cut some janky holes in it there. We're going to do a cover there so we can put in a nice billet vintage air pass-through system, clean that up for him, and then we can get that engine placed where we want it and fix up any other little things that we need to fix up over here in Fab. So that's it down here in the hot rod shop, and when we get this 51 up and purring, we will get some video and some road testing done. All right, thanks for now. Okay, just ready to take the last load. So we got 2 Bumblebees in the stacker. Gonna drive the 2010, and Bernard's airing up Optimus. We'll be on the road pretty quick.
was your drive in Bumblebee?
That's nice.
Some precious metal or something.
Oh.
He was going pretty quick.
Yeah, I was like, well, hopefully I was hoping to be able to wave you ahead to get it behind him, but he was going way too fast. Which is good. That thing needed a bit of a workout. It just sits.
Well, so few of the cars I fit in and I'm comfortable in.
Yeah.
That one actually fit really nice. Like it felt good to drive.
They're big cars.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really
I've never
enjoyed that
driven one
drive.
until that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was comfortable in it. It was nice to drive. Wow, well done.
Thank God for Skinny Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as long as the door's open. We don't have to get around it or anything. Like, I mean, I guess at the back, we gotta walk around the back. But...
Good clearance?
Yeah, plenty of room for the...
Okay, been a busy day getting things prepared here and ready for the island. So I've booked a ferry for 9 a.m. tomorrow. I could be there for Thursday. I booked a 2-day camp stay at a place in Victoria. And so yeah, I'm just switching the truck over to the torsion bar hitch so I can hook up to the trailer in the morning. Can unhook power and head down and fill up with diesel and fill up the propane. And then I'll be ready to hook up tomorrow morning and get on the road. Busy dealing with the shop and getting things booked and ready and scheduled with the customer, but everything is in place. So yeah, just gonna go grab some fuel. Okay, was just about to get going and we have Amy from Badass Garage here to talk to about apparel type stuff. We've been getting all our stuff done out of Reno, which has been great. Working with Stith Printing there. He does amazing work, but nobody in Canada has been able to compete with the quality, let alone the pricing, I guess, but mostly the quality. Yeah, the biggest problem has been quality. We've had everybody locally try to get our business with our apparel, and it just never turns out. They've tried and tried, and so anyway, I want to talk with her and see what they can offer is basically what's happening. Detour to the office here and see what we come up with. So and then I'll head to get some fuel. So see you in a few. Okay, well, it's now 7 o'clock. Finished the meeting with Amy from Badass Garage. We come up with some good ideas. We're gonna get some hats made by her. We needed hats. We sold out at the car show on Sunday. But also we were talking that we wanted some shirts that have some color to them because all our shirts are black and white. She does have a really nice shirt in different colors that she can do. I can't remember the name of it, but it's where they use ink to, so like it looks like silk screen, but it's ink, so dye, so it dyes the shirt. So it feels like a shirt that has nothing on it. And of course it only kind of works in colors because you can't do black, and she said white never turns out, which is fine. We have enough black and white shirts. So we're gonna do some shirts with her that are a multitude of different colors, and it'll just be our logo on the front. Unfortunately, I needed to do laundry and I was out of work shirts today, so I'm not wearing one. But as you know, our logo, we're gonna do just our front logo on these colored shirts and give them a try. So that's super cool. But on top of all that, we're also going to do, we're going to start selling her signs. So she has metal signs and neons, lots of neon stuff. So we're going to set up to sell her neon stuff. So yeah, so that's super exciting. Anyway, I'm just back at the shop. The gates are closed. I don't have my fob. It's in the Bronco, so I need to get out and put the coat in.